Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new year. Welcome to 2025. Hopefully, you had an amazing New Year's Eve, New Year's Day with friends and family. But welcome back. I'm happy that it's 2025. New mission, same mission, same vision, but also looking at how this year will be impactful, not only for myself, but also for you, my business, personal life. But come on in, say hello. Happy New Year. Let me know how you're feeling today. It is Hum Day, it is Wednesday. Come on in. We are live on the Lead Like the CEO show. This is my weekly show where I go here live on LinkedIn and streaming into Facebook and my YouTube page, Shevvy. Lead Like the CEO show. So when you're done listening and watching over here on LinkedIn or on Facebook, please, I invite you to go over to my YouTube channel and check it out, subscribe, share with a friend. But come on in, let me know how you are doing today. And this is the first episode of 2025 for the Lead Like the CEO show. So if you're new here, come on in. Welcome. Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by dropping hello as you come in. Okay. All right. I'm just doing a little check as well. I want to make sure that you all can hear me. So come on in. And today I'm going to talk about operating and leading in your business holistically. So, because for me, I'm all about the holistic approach of making sure that as you're building a business, you're not just building a business just for the financial aspect, which is definitely great. Building a business that you can actually enjoy, you love being in, that you can look back and say, man, I built this business from scratch. Through the challenges, through the resilience, I was able to build something that I love, not build something that I dislike and wish I never started. So come on in. We have S. Maxwell. Thank you for joining. Let me know how your new year is going. It's only 8 days in, so come on in. And if you're new here, welcome to the Lead Like the CEO show. I'm your host, Siobhan, but I go by Shevvy. Okay. And I am your host for the Lead Like the CEO show. And this show is really focused on helping mission-driven business owners, established individuals who are looking for proven strategies to elevate their leadership, increase their team performance, and business growth while regaining their time. And how I do that is really helping you to get back that time so you can focus on the innovation. If you are focused on getting opportunities, like really put that time into doing the things that you want to do, and I help you to gather the resource, whether that's SBR grant opportunities. That is something that I will share a little bit more into that I'm really focused on for 2025 in my business when it comes to helping businesses who are mission focused and who are innovators and looking to get support, federal support for their grant, for their innovation without losing equity in their businesses. So come on in. We have S. Maxwell here. I don't know why I be jacking your name up. Let's see what she is sharing. She said, New Year personally is going really well. A lot of great things planned for the first quarter. Professionally, I'm ready to put my boxing gloves on. Yes, let's get it. Yes, we are definitely going in for the things that we want and what we desire for 2025. For me, it's all about being bold, being resilient, and adjusting and moving forward as life happens, business happens, and not letting all of the things get me down. And I want the same for you. So thank you for sharing that. And Rhonda Simmons, thank you for joining us today. She said, S. Maxwell, me too. This is our year, 100%. Yes, this is our year, y'all. I'm excited to hear that, honestly, because, before I get started into today's topic, and I'm really going to share about how you as a business owner can leverage 2025 in a more holistic way by how you lead and how you operate in your business. So 2024, let's just kind of go back there for a quick second. We're not going to be in there for long, but I want you to reflect on 2024, how you showed up, how you performed, your stress level, and really ask yourself, do you want to operate in that same space in 2025 as you did in 2024? Okay, let me know, because I want to make sure that I'm operating in a space where I am not overly stressed. I am not burnt out. Like I am thriving, not only financially, but also mentally as well, too. Okay. And this is part of leading and operating in your business holistically as an established mission driven business owner who has a big mission, a big vision, and you want the support and the resources to help you get there without losing you in the process. So today we're going to talk about, I'm going to share three things how you can operate your business and lead it holistically in 2024. All right. So one thing that we want to start with, and last episode I talked about maybe you didn't, reach all your goals. I didn't reach my, all of my goals that I had for 2024, especially for my business goals. But I'm that person. I don't let what didn't happen define how I move forward. And I know sometimes it can be challenging for some individuals who, they beat themselves up saying, "Man, I didn't make my goal," or just kind of play that video in their heads over and over. Go back and think about what was your vision as well in 2024. Is that vision still the same? As it pivoted? Okay. Think about what is your current vision, because when you're able to anchor in on your vision, now you're able to move forward. And part of leading and operating holistically is looking at the why. What are my core values? What do I believe in as I am building this business? I'm building this legacy that I was so passionate about a couple years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, because you started your business because you had a purpose, you had an idea, and you took action. So, in order to operate holistically and lead holistically in your business, you have to go back and look at how does my current goals right now aligns with my core values. Okay. Let me know in the comments, how does your current goals aligns with your core values? All right, let's see what Rhonda Simmons just shared. She said, absolutely not. 2024 ended on a totally different high note. So there's only one direction to go up. And we stay there. And we stay there. Hey, yes, definitely. Up, up, up. And it's not going to be just a straight up all the way. No, it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be ebbs and flow, ebbs and flow. We're going to start here and we may go down here, but the goal is not to go all the way down. It's to kind of continue that pivot, navigate, and get to that end goal, whatever that is for you. So definitely, I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Rhonda. We are going up and up. Yes. All right. Let's see. I'm loving that you guys are commenting. So thank you so much. S. Maxwell stated, she said, Rhonda Simmons, oh, yes, I for sure know that I plan to have a 2022 makeup for all of what I missed in the previous years. Yes. But also we have to make sure that we are realistic in our process as we are building these goals and achieving these goals. We need to make sure that we have the right processes and system in place. So going back to the goals in alignment with your core values, how do they align? Just think about that as you're thinking, and because we're only 8 days in 2025 so far. And I know we're all big visionaries. We have big visions. We have big goals for our business. We have bold goals, but we want to make sure that our goals are also realistic and that we are looking and doing the work to achieve them without driving ourselves down a rabbit hole, without driving ourselves to the point of burnt out. Because remember, we still got family. If you got young kids like I do, you still got to make time, for the kids. You still got to make time for, your partner, your wife, your husband. And if you have teenage kids, you still got to make time for them, even though they may not want to make time for you. We still got to make time. So leading and operating in our business holistically doesn't mean just the business. We have to apply this to our personal lives as well. So look at the goals for your business and your personal lives and make sure that they are in alignment with your core values. Hey, Michael, thank you for joining me. Michael said, current goal is to make more meaningful relationships. Love that. I'm a big connector. When I'm connecting with you, I'm looking for not just the opportunity to work with individuals, I really building a true connection. So definitely building meaningful relationships. He also stated it aligns with my core goal of supporting more Black and minority federal government employees looking to navigate career wise. So love, love, love that. Going back to your core values, what do you value? What impact do you want to make in the world in 2025? So love that. So for me, I want to make sure that what I am doing is really aligned with my core values. And if you know me, I am people focused first. People always. And I truly believe when you take care of the people, things will get done. They will self activate. And for 2025, for me, I want to focus more on impactful work. Okay. And that's why, as I reflected on my 2025, goal and vision, and even before the year ended, I kept saying, hey, I want to work with more established, mission driven businesses. And I'm getting to do that. And I want to do more of that. And I want to help my business owners who are in the innovation space, who are in the support space of, supporting individuals or making an impact in, when it comes to the environment, technology, science, healthcare. And they're like, hey, I want to help them to get the resources, get the funding to execute and focus on building that thing because they have their time back. Because guess what? They have individuals like me who are passionate and have a purpose and have an alignment with my values to make sure that how can I support them with making sure that they have the resources and funding that they need. And that's what I am really focused on in 2025 is to help more businesses who are in the innovation space, like I said, it's not like if you have an idea and you like, hey, I love, but I don't have the equity, then my company is here to help you apply for grant opportunities through SBIR, STTR. And if you're new here and you're like, hey, what the heck is SBIR and STTR? I was the same. Okay. The more I am diving deep and understanding this, this process of where there's opportunities for individuals who are looking for money to support their innovation to make a bigger impact in the community in the United States, then you have the Small Business Innovation Research Grant, and then you have the Small Technology Transfer Grant as well. So this is money for you as an established or brand new business who is like, hey, I have an idea, I have an innovation that can support 11 agencies. And I will share more about this in another episode. But if you're like, hey, Shevvy, I would love to learn more, then reach out to me. I would love to connect with you because the more I am learning about these opportunities, I want to not only help you as a business owner to capture some of those benefits so that you can make a bigger impact, but also giving back to the community, like educating and training the community as a whole, especially communities that I'm a part of, that where people look exactly like me, who are in underserved community, who are not aware of these resources and opportunities. I want to be that gap where I come in and educate, train, and say, hey, here's how you can expand what you have. Here's the bigger impact that you can make by leveraging these government resources, and I help you do that. So going back to in alignment with your core values, that is going to help you to make sure that you are able to continue. Because remember, when we are building our businesses and growing and sustaining it, it's not only to just start the quarter strong. As you all heard, if you're new here, you probably didn't hear this, but excuse me, I shared last year that it's not about ending the year strong or starting the year strong. Is how about we do it well when we, whether that's leading well, developing well, and growing well, because holistically, that is what we want. And well doesn't mean perfect. Well means you do your best. You thrive, you continue, you push forward, you overcome that little hiccup or hum that you are going through or those challenges. So going back to the values and alignment. So Let me know, like, if you're like excited about this year, excited about the journey that you started on. Drop a 2 in the chat. Drop a 2 in the chat if you're excited about the journey and the amazing things that you have written out for yourself and for your business. All right, Michael said, how can you measure how impactful your work influence with the people you work with? To use a rubric or of some sort. So to summarize his question, he wants to know, how can I measure the impact that I am making and influence on the people that you work with? Great question, Michael. So for me, the impact, you have to look at it in different ways. I don't have a rubric or anything. I have a education background, but I look at the individual and the impact of their businesses. So like for clients that I'm working with, have worked with in the past, I look at how is his or her life being impacted, whether that's a mindset shift, whether that's getting their time back, whether that's how they see and what they create. So, in that essence of how is that person being developed? How is that person shifting and changing for the better? That's an impact on the individual. Now I look at whatever they're building, creating, developing, how is that impacting the community? How many people, if it's the environment, if it's climate, how does it impact the climate? How does it contribute to the organizations that are supporting the climate initiative? So you have to look at the big picture. And sometimes, as you know, as consultants, as individuals who are coaching, supporting other people, we may just look at, well, I'm just working with one person and I'm just coaching them or I'm just consulting them. No, I like to put on, my military hat. When we did, packages and awards for our airmen, we didn't look at just what the person did in house. We looked at how what they did impacted not only in house, meaning our section, but how did it impact the organization? Then from the organization, how did it impact the group? And from the group level, how did this impact the wing? And then from the wing level, how did what their action did impacted the Air Force as a whole? And then if we need to get to the next level, how did it impact DOD, Department of Defense, as a whole? So we have to look at the different levels of impact that we can assist and help our clients with to achieve, not only for them and within their businesses, but a bigger community, X, Y, and Z. Let me know if that answers your question. So always look at the impact, and not only as I'm helping this one person, but I'm helping this person make a bigger impact in communities, organizations, the United States, international. Like, it can go big depending on what the person is working on or creating and developing. So that's how I like to look at it, because my current client that I'm working with, what they are developing, it's impactful to the United States as a whole. But as they're building that, the goal is to get the resources and the equity to help them continue on that journey. And that's where I come in. And that's what I'm going to be focused on in 2025, along with other things as well, too, like really tapping into speaking and training in this space on SBIR, STTR. So if you want to learn more, reach out to your girl. So going back to what I'm talking about today is really operating as the established business owner, leading and operating holistically. So we talked about aligning our goals with our core values. And when we do this, we are able to make sure that our decisions as we are moving forward are in alignment, okay, with what our company's mission and vision is. So I want to share very quickly. We got a 2 from S. Maxwell. We got a 2 from Michael, because they are excited about what is going to happen for them in their businesses in 2024. So going back to the alignment, we want to make sure that we're in alignment, because again, we want to make sure that our vision, mission, and core values are in alignment. Okay. And you can do this by making sure, hey, quarterly check-ins with yourself, not only with yourself, but also with your team. If you have a team, whether that's a team of 2, a team of 1, a team of 10, a team of 20, check in. If you have larger teams, you can do surveys like, hey, this is what we're doing. I will love your feedback, will love your insight. At the end of the day, you as the CEO are going to make the final decision, but at least now you have input from your team members to know, like, hey, we are in alignment. Going back to the core values, okay? All right. What else? The next thing that we want to make sure that we are doing to operate and lead holistically in 2025 is to create a culture and a workplace that is people centered. Okay. I am big on people development because as your people and business development consultant, for me is looking at how can we make sure that your people are developed and have the resources that they need to help you succeed, because the goal is to help you succeed long term, build that sustainable business, but also build a sustainable team as well. And what you do to make this doable for your business is to prioritize your people. Okay. When I say prioritize your people, their well being is going to be key for your success, but also their success on how they show up and how they perform. Because imagine you've been in the place, I've been in a place where we're working 12 hours, retired military, 22 plus years, and I've worked some long hours and days. Okay, whether that's in a deployed environment, here back in the US, when we're going through exercises, or just, hey, we don't have enough people. So, guess what? We are on Panama shifts. That means we're working 12 hours for 3 days, off two, and switch for the next week. So, I understand and you understand, or maybe like, hey, I haven't done that, but I've, in my life, because maybe I've had my business the whole time. But when you prioritize your people's well being, it will shift how you lead. It will shift how your people respond to you. It will shift how they communicate, how they connect, how they collaborate. It shifts the dynamic of your business culture holistically. Now you have a holistic approach. So, really focus in on prioritizing the well being of your people, which impacts productivity. And, Michael, I would love for you to share, you're really focused on developing individuals in the career and making sure that they are able to progress. What are some things that you have seen or witnessed in your space when it comes to putting people at the center and their well-being? What are some goods and, not so positive things that you have seen when leaders did the opposite? Let me know in the chat, or anyone else who, have experienced that. Let me know. You are welcome. You are more than welcome. Yeah. So the second thing was create people center. And you do this, like I said, by prioritizing your people's well being, which impacts their productivity, impacts their commitment to working and staying with your company. And how do you apply this? You get to know your people. I get it. You are busy, and that is why I help you to regain your time so that you can make time for what truly matters. Whether that's developing your, spending time with your people, getting to know them. Whether that's building that innovation machine, creating X, Y, and Z. But in order to build that people center type environment culture for your business, you got to have conversations with your folks, and not just any conversation or a conversation is only about work tasks. No, you have to have those personal conversations as well too. I'm not saying everyone will be like, yes, and they're going to share all their businesses, but they're going to see that, hey, you actually genuinely cares about what I got going on. Even though I may have shared a little bit, you still care. So get to know your people, have those, make time to connect. Okay. And by doing that, now they see like, oh, I can actually have a honest conversation with my boss. Or you have created a culture where team members can disagree, they can agree, they can have discussions, they can connect, they can do things not only in the work environment, but they can choose to build a sustainable relationship outside of the work, because you're spending so much time with these individuals. We're all families to a degree, not by blood, but by work. So the third thing that I want to share with y'all when it comes to when it comes to leading and operating in your business holistically, is honestly embracing diverse thinking. Okay. And I'm going to share something very quickly, but let me share what Michael has to say. So, Michael said, good tips are doing regular check ins with people and showing you care, using all of your soft skills to build sound rapport. Exactly. Building those skills, using your soft skills to build rapport. Because again, you have to build rapport. You don't want to just get in there and start work. And I'm guilty of that. Back in the military, sometimes there were so many things going on, and I'm like, we got to do this, we got to do that. So it's like, and I'm like, pause. And honestly, y'all, I think sometimes my airmen that work with me, they probably looked at me like, here's our Mac. Like, because I was that leader that would come in and say, excited, good morning. This is like sometimes 5 a.m, 7 a.m. They looking like, man, I'm still tired. But again, building that report, laughing, having a good time. Even, when I used to work in one of my areas in the military, in the dining facility, we would play music, dance. Like, again, your people are truly getting to know who you are as a person, not just as their leader. So thank you for that. It's all about building the report, like Michael said. And Michael said also, it goes to your point, Chevy, in connecting with your team as it sets the right culture and incentivize people to be transparent, for some reason I cannot say this word, communicative and trusting. Okay. So definitely to be transparent, communicative, and trusting. So y'all, my accent is not allowing me to say that word. Okay. But y'all are tracking. Okay. All right. So yes, it builds the right culture. And the last thing that I want to share for you to take away today, and as you, not just for today, but as you continue to be in your business, operate and lead in your business, is to create and embrace a diverse thinking, meaning that you want to make sure that it's not the same people talking all the time. So you may have individuals who are more vocal. You may have individuals who are more reserved or just kind of focus on the work, but you want to make sure that you are inclusive. I was talking to someone today, and we're talking about how sometimes when it comes to the culture of some businesses, some organization, and you look at their leader board, and there's no diverseness, there's no diversity. And even, as I retired from the military a year out, as of last year, I was looking at, let me look at some job opportunities. Then I will go to the company's website and I will look at their leaderboard, and I didn't see anyone that looked like me. And they were all mainly males. Okay. And for me, where is the diverse thought, different decision making? And for me, I want to be in a place where there's diverseness. And in the military, there's diversity. But also when it comes to leadership, it's diverse in the military, but not equal, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I'm able to cover. And the way you want to apply this is to get feedback. We talked about getting feedback, getting feedback from your team members. Like, you don't have to make the decisions yes, you're the final decision maker, but at the end of the day, in order to build an inclusive culture, you want to make sure that you get feedback, you get insight from your team members as much as possible, and see what new ideas that they are bringing in. Because when you're able to do that, now you're creating a sense of purpose, you're creating empowerment, you're creating a space for them to feel like they belong in this space, and they feel like, hey, I'm not just here to do a job, I'm actually part of a mission and a vision, which again is what you are. You have a mission and a vision to get somewhere. And by bringing in your people to contribute to the ideas and decision making, Now they're going to buy into your mission and into your vision, because the goal is to build a sustainable business, sustainable team, sustainable culture. And when you're able to implement these three things every single day in how you operate and lead in your business, guess what? You get that sustainable team. You get that sustainable culture. You get that sustainable business. But you have to decide how you want to operate and lead in your business for 2025 and beyond. What questions do y'all have before I close out? Great interaction. Love the questions. Love the comments. Tripped up on a few words because of my my accent. But thank you all for sharing. Any other final comments before I close out? As y'all are thinking, I want to say, if you are an established mission driven business owner and you're like, hey, I want to make sure that as I navigate 2025, that I really tap into my business and lead it, operate it more holistically, then go back and think about, okay, does my vision align with my core values? Am I creating a people's, am I making sure that my people are taken care of? Is it people center focus in the sense of my business? Is it, am I creating and embracing diverse thinking within my group of team members, group of leadership? Because everything rests on you as the leader in the sense of that, not the outcome, but the way you want things to operate in your business. And if you're like, well, Shevvy, I don't got the time because I'm here being innovative, I'm here speaking, I'm here getting opportunities, then guess what? You can reach out to me and learn about how I can help you to get your time back, but also get opportunities using SBIR, STTR processes, which is free resources, financial resources that you can help to grow your innovation and grow your company for long-term success. Okay. So as always, y'all, thank you so much for joining. Michael S. Maxwell, thank you all so much for joining me today. Share this live with someone that you feel like, hey, can utilize this message today, or with your community. I will definitely appreciate it. Join me here every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central. And if you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. #replay. And I'm your host, Shevvy. Well, Siobhan, but I go by Shevvy. And this show is really focused on helping you as an established business owner to really elevate your leadership, optimize your team performance, and business growth by regaining your time. Let me slow it down. By regaining your time and helping you to get resources through SBIR/STTR, which helps you to take your business to the next level in your innovations. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm here. You can reach out to me by sending me a DM, or you can click the link in the show note of this live show and book a free consultation to learn about how I can support you with business development and SBIR/STTR opportunities. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing day. Welcome to 2025. Let's make it a great year for life and business, okay? And make sure that you're leading well, developing well, and growing well as always. Thank you all so much for joining, and we'll see you all on the next episode of the Lead Like the CEO show. Bye.